Hello, wherever you are in the world. This is Colma Hay from Ignite Inner Potential. Guys, I hope you're well. I just finished in the gym about an hour ago, had my shower, got dressed, ready for a day of work. But before that, I decided I was going to take the kittens for their morning walk in the garden. So, as many of you will know, I have started taking our kittens out every single day on a lead into the garden so that they can experience the outdoors. They absolutely love it. Now, before I start, I better show you the kittens because they're just sitting here sunbathing. So there you've got, I don't know if you can see him actually, there's Elvis, there he is, little handsome fella, and Coco is actually on an exploratory walk into the bushes, so you can't actually see her. You might just see her a bit there, but she's exploring in the bushes there. So I'm inspired to do this Facebook Live today. As I'm walking the kittens, I very often just sort of go into some rambling thought, but today I really wanted to focus in on habits. Now I'll be talking to BBC Radio Derby in about an hour or two, specifically around this subject, specifically around this concept of habits. And the reason why I'm talking about this and why I think it's so important is that for two reasons. Firstly, very often we tell ourselves we simply don't have enough time to reform our habits, to change those things about ourselves that we don't particularly like. Maybe it's that you are smoking or drinking too much, or maybe you want to lose weight, or maybe you've got a habit of, I don't know, getting up late, or whatever it might be for you. We all have all sorts of habits. And we very often tell ourselves, I haven't got time to get rid of this habit because I'm just too busy. I'm always at work, I'm always doing this, I'm always doing that, I'm running around after this, and so forth and so on. My diary is so packed. Well, on that point, I would say that if you are still convincing yourself right now that you haven't got enough time, at a unique time in the world where everything is forced to stop, then you'll never have enough time, because now is the time for us to start doing all of those things that could be serving us to be a better version of who we are. Now is a unique moment in history where we can stop and we can refocus, because most of us can't go to work, most of us can't go out of our house, most of us can't do the things that we would ordinarily do. So now is a time for us to sit back and focus in on ourselves. And habits, forming new habits or getting rid of old habits, is significant in that. The other thing I want to talk about when it comes to habits is this: that there is a danger right now of us not developing a routine, of losing the routine that we once had. Now, maybe you had a routine of getting up in the morning, going to the gym, or going to work at a certain time, or doing things in a certain kind of way. And of course, all of that has been thrown into the oblivion for the time being. But within all of that, the danger then comes that if you don't form a new routine. Now, we've had 3 weeks of lockdown here in the UK, elsewhere in the world it's similar, and we're going into another 3 weeks at least of lockdown. So we may be in this for the long haul. There is all sorts of neurological research out there, some suggesting that it takes about 20 days, 30 days, 60 days to form new habits. But if we think about it, that we have 21 days left at least of lockdown, that's 3 weeks. Now, it might not be the whole amount of time that you need to form a new habit, but it'll make a significant impact in you developing that new habit. The danger now is, because we've lost the routine that we ordinarily have, is that we go into this sort of a no man's world, like a nether world, where we sort of just float through the day. We get up at strange times, we do strange things, we become inactive, we can't seem to focus on all the things that we want to be doing. We can't seem to focus our minds at all. And that can be a very dangerous position, because if you're not careful, that becomes a new habit for you. So when things do return to normality, you will struggle to get back into a new routine. But even in the situation that we're in right now, as a result of this lack of a routine that we have, we become very unproductive. So whereas we could be doing all sorts of incredible things, maybe fixing up the house, maybe doing the garden, maybe planning your business going forward, and let's face it, we all need to do a bit of that, because going forward the world is going to change. We're not doing any of that because we're being inactive. And it's actually worse than procrastination. Procrastination is when you make all sorts of excuses for not doing it, but now it's almost as if our minds have been numbed. Minds have been numbed into inaction, and that for me I think is a very dangerous position. So if you're feeling like that right now, guys, my number one piece of advice today is twofold really. If you have any habits that need to be broken, then break them now. Now is your time to do it. Now is the time to focus. And secondly, if you want to forge new habits, then do that right now, because you do not want to get into this state of inaction. And actually, as a bonus, I'm just going to throw in a third issue here. There's also danger right now of us developing new bad habits. New bad habits like, well, I've got nothing else to do, so I may as well drink. I've got nothing else to do, so I may as well just carry on eating. And to some extent, even though I've been going to the gym, I've even fallen into that third category where, you know what, I feel a bit nibbly all the time. So I'm eating, every now and then I'll eat the wrong things. So I am now reminding myself that rather than eat the wrong things, I'll pick up a piece of fruit rather than a piece of chocolate. And I know that it's so very important for me to stay focused in on what I'm supposed to be doing. So I hope that's been of value to you. I look forward to seeing you very soon on the other side of all of this, and speak to you very soon. Take care. Bye bye.